Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is. You already know who I am. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and this is not your first time here. Today, we are going to do the Week 17 matchup prediction between the Lions and Bears in a game that the Lions must win to get to 8-8 and keep their playoff hopes alive. Now, there is a way that the Lions could lose one of their last two games and still get in the playoffs, but they would need basically the Giants can't win another game. So if the Giants, you are rooting for the Browns to beat the Jets. You also want the Colts to beat the Giants. Why not? You want the Vikings to beat the Packers, and you want the Seattle Seahawks. The Browns play the Washington Commanders, and the Seattle Seahawks need to lose to the New York Jets. Yeah, I figured it out. All right, so let's look at the matchup predictor. This is the first time I've seen this in a long time like this, like where the Lions are twice as likely to win as far as percent, 68-31 in favor of the Detroit Lions. And I'm just going to put a spoiler out here. I think that the Lions should win this game. I'm going to tell you right now, they really should, but I'll go deeper into that as the video goes on. Justin Fields, the leading passer for the Chicago Bears, 16 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's crazy. He is also the leading rusher for the Chicago Bears. So what do you see here? Justin Fields is their offense. Now, we couldn't really contain him, and he single-handedly almost beat us in our first matchup, so we have to do something about that this week. Jared Goff, still, I want to say 6 games with no interception. He did have that fumble to stop the no turnover streak. Jared Goff had 3 more touchdowns added to Zane Zylstra, 26 touchdowns. He's got almost 4,000 yards. He should hit that no problem. Jared Goff should probably wind up at about 4,400 yards or so. I would like to see that, maybe 30, 32 touchdowns. That would be fantastic. Now, when it comes to Jamal Williams, this is a problem here. That Jamal Williams is our leading rusher, under 1,000 when we have DeAndre Swift. So it may be time for the Detroit Lions to maybe see what they have out there. Maybe they draft a running back. I don't know. But if Jamal Williams, I know Swift missed a lot of games, but he's going on the last year of his contract, his rookie deal. We got to figure something out. I think Jamal Williams does get to the end zone, hasn't seen the end zone in 3 games. I think he sees it this week, and he will end the season with between 17 and 20 touchdowns. Mooney, their leading receiver, has under 500 reception yards. So we should beat this team. They have no offense. And even with that offense, our first meeting, or the lack of offense, our first meeting, they still were pretty much dominating us in that game until the very end. But again, Justin Fields, his passing is why the Detroit Lions were able to get back into that game. So that's a problem right there. If your leading receiver has less than 500 yards, that's a big deal. St. Brown has more than double receptions, 3 times as many touchdowns, and more than double the yards. He hit 1,000. If we looked at the injury report, the one that I'm most worried about is Deshaun Elliott. He is out. Dan Campbell said he was not going to be able to go, and he's going to be out. That's going to be a big deal because Ife Melifonwu will get his second start, and the entire secondary looked lost last week against the Carolina Panthers. So they got to get everything. Dan Campbell said everybody's going to be ready, that Ife will be playing faster. He'll diagnose things quicker, and he should play better. So I hope that is the case. If we go down to, I'm not going to break all of these down, but some things that stood out to me. The Detroit Lions, I want to say, are 5th in the league when it comes to scoring. The Chicago Bears average about 20 points per game. They allow the same amount. So their defense, when it comes to points per game, is not that much better than ours. The total yards, they don't get as many as we do. The passing yards, this right here, when I first saw this, because I look over these before I make this video, they can't even get 116 or 160 on the ground. And even so, Justin Fields is still a threat. Like, we had a tough time containing him and during that first meeting. So we get over 100 more passing yards than they do. When it comes to the rushing yards, this is where they win. Justin Fields has over 8,000 yards rushing. He's got twice as many rushing yards than his leading receiver has receiving yards. So he is their offense. We stop him, we win this game. Yards allowed, they do better than us by about 75 or so, maybe not that much. Passing yards allowed, we allow way too many at 277 to their 216. Rush yards allowed, we pretty much allow the same thing, 151 for them, 145 for us. Now, here's, to me, where this is really going to come down to the Detroit Lions not wanting to be the team that loses to the Chicago Bears. The last 5 for the Chicago Bears, they've lost 8 in a row. They haven't won in over 8 weeks. If they lose to the Lions, that's number 9. So the Detroit Lions, on the other hand, are 3-2 in their last 5 games. The Buffalo Bills and then the dismantling against the Carolina Panthers. So here's what I have to say. The brand new Lions are not going to lose to a team that has lost 8 in a row. They will not have that streak broken. The same old Lions, that's something they do. That's something they let a team that needs a win, that has lost for 2 months, beat them at home in front of a sold-out crowd with standing room only. I know it's any given Sunday. I'm not trying to overlook the Bears. I'm not trying to underestimate the Bears. And I'm sure the Detroit Lions did not either. But on paper, we stop Justin Fields, we win this game. That's literally all we have to do. Make him pass the ball. Who is he going to pass to? Their leading receiver has 500 yards, not even. Contain Justin Fields, limit him, we win the game. And not a squeak fest like last time. We actually win this game handily. So I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions to win this game, sweep the Chicago Bears for the season. They'll move to 8-8. And against the Green Bay Packers, it all comes down to that. Again, I'm not trying to look past the Chicago Bears. I'm not trying to make light of them. But honestly, they don't have any weapons. Eddie Jackson is out. And like I said, their leading rusher is their quarterback. You stop him, you win the game. You contain him, you limit him enough, you win the game. And that's something the Detroit Lions did not do. And in addition to that, they were on the road. Jared Goff wasn't having his best game. The running game, that's another thing. The Lions have to on our side of the ball, on the offensive side, we got to get this running game going. Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, where are you at? We have to get them going again. I don't know if Williams, it was good to not see him on that list because of what happened to him last week. Hopefully he's good to go. We need to get our running game going. St. Brown, we need to get Jameson Williams involved. Like, the Detroit Lions could absolutely beat the brakes off the Bears. And honestly, that's what I would want to see. I want to see that happen. I want to see from start to finish another Jacksonville Jaguar game where we come out and there's never even a thought of us losing this game. And I think that's how you set up things for Green Bay. You come out, you handle the Bears like you're supposed to do, and you take this thing to Green Bay next week. So I think the Lions are going to win this game. I think it is going to be by 2 scores or more. I think they're going to come out feeling some type of way from last week. They're going to do this thing, man, and get this W. They're going to show that this was not a fluke. The Lions are 6-8 in their 6 out of 8. Every time in the last 8 games, they win 3, lose 1, win 3, lose 1. So if that trend continues, we win today, or this week, we beat the Green Bay Packers, and then we go off and we beat the Minnesota Vikings. But that's another video for another day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Lions are going to win this game at home, standing room only, sold out crowd, and take everything and be playing for everything next week in Green Bay. Again, we need a Washington loss. It would be nice to get a Giants loss, a Green Bay Packers loss, and a Seattle Seahawks loss. And we will, if the Lions win this game and all of that stuff happens, even if we just say the Commanders lose to the Browns and the Seahawks lose to the Jets, all the Lions have to do is beat the Green Bay Packers in Week 17, and we go to the playoffs. But before that, we got to make sure we take care of business. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check out the brand new channel. I wanted to see how it did on its own. Syndicate Sports Detroit XL, and the XL is for extra large. We putting everything over there that can't go on the main channel. So make sure you guys check that out. Give that a sub as well. No live streams, just videos. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.